There's a lot of noise out there when it comes to making money. Just invest in index funds, start dropshipping, compound interest is the key, launch a YouTube channel. You've probably heard all of it, and honestly, so have I. And I'm not saying any of it is wrong. Some of it works, but if we're being real, most of the advice floating around online feels recycled. Like people are just repeating the same things again and again in different fonts. And the problem isn't the advice itself, it's that most of it answers questions that don't actually matter yet. Because before you ask, how do I make money? Maybe the better question is, why would someone pay me in the first place? That's what most people miss, and that's what really moved the needle for me. So, in this video, I want to share a simple mindset shift that changed how I look at money, business, and honestly, even life. It's not complicated. It's not something you'll hear from those get rich in 30 days YouTube gurus, but it's something that will stick. And if it lands with you the way it did with me, it might save you a few years of chasing the wrong things. So let's get into it. Most people who start a business do it for very personal reasons. I want to be rich. I want financial freedom. I don't want a boss, or I want to make money in my sleep. And I get it. I've been there myself. There's nothing wrong with wanting more for your life. At least, it's better than accepting mediocrity. But here's the thing. When your focus is only on getting, you actually end up repelling the thing you're chasing. That's when you see people jumping from one thing to another. One week it's crypto, then it's dropshipping, then it's AI tools. After that, something else. It's this constant loop of chasing what's hot, hoping it finally works. But it never really sticks because it's not built on something solid. There's no foundation. What I realized is this. People don't pay you because you want money. They pay you because you help them with something they care about. That's the shift from how do I make money to who can I help and how. Simple, right? But surprisingly rare. Let me give you a real world example. Airbnb. It didn't take off because the founders wanted to be billionaires. It worked because they saw a gap. Hotels were expensive and people had extra space in their homes. They built a bridge between those two problems. They helped travelers save money. They helped hosts make money. And in return, they built something worth billions. It always comes down to solving a problem. Another example, take MailChimp. It started as a side project to help small businesses send emails without needing a full tech team. It wasn't fancy, no big investors, no flashy launch, but it solved a real need. And they ended up selling the company for over $12 billion. And let me repeat, there's nothing wrong about wanting to be rich, but you've got to earn it by earning your place in someone else's life. That's where it starts. Here's a simple way to look at it. So you want to become a millionaire? Okay, help 1 million people. Even if you help them in a small way, you're there. Now, obviously, it's not always that clean, but the point is, money translates to value. But none of this works unless you make the one important shift. It is to stop thinking like a consumer and start thinking like a producer. Most people stay stuck because they are always in consumption mode. They watch content, they scroll, they buy stuff, they research, plan, prepare, but rarely create, rarely offer something, rarely contribute. But wealth flows to producers, to people who solve a need, a problem, a desire of many people or a few people. Whatever it is, they're putting something valuable into the world. Once you make that shift, things get clearer. Instead of thinking, what can I get from this? You start asking, what can I create that actually helps someone? And once you do that, you stop chasing money and start attracting it. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to share today. If you're watching till this far, congratulations. I hope it helped in some way. And yeah, I know this one's a bit shorter than usual, but that's all for today. And with that said, I'll see you in the next one.